Hi everyone, Rachel Flint here. Pardon me as I reach for my beverage. Um, this is day 17 of my 42 days of pizza, and I can hardly believe it. I'm almost halfway through already. It's going super fast. And let me just say, I love pizza. Still, even after all that. It's going really well. I'm not doing a daily update because um, first of all, life has just been super hectic. And second of all, I didn't want it to get boring and just be telling you the same thing like, well, it's going pretty well. I had my pizza and my M&Ms today, but I have been having them every single day and sometimes more than the full serving. It just kind of depends on the day, but if I'm hungry and I want more pizza, I'm going to try to fit it in if at all possible. So, however, here's how this weekend went. So, for those of you who follow me on social media, either on Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram, you know that I launched Battle Body last week, which is the first program I have released. It's an 8-week program targeted towards busy women. It's a 45 minutes or less program, includes weights and cardio, and it's awesome. But, in getting ready to launch that, my workouts went down the toilet, and I still made it to the gym. Still had pretty good workouts, but I didn't make it as often as I would have liked to, and a couple of them weren't as long as I would have liked because I tried to get the full 45 minutes, but there was one or two where I had to skip out early. So I went to do sprints today to try to make up for that a little bit, but I also had 2 days, yesterday and the day before, where I just needed to take a break from counting macros. Every once in a while, the flexible dieting works so well for me. It helps prevent binging. It's very easy for me to do, but every once in a while, I just take a break from it, and I think that helps me stay motivated, and I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, it's past. Anyway, it helps me keep everything in perspective and be eager to get back to it so I don't get burnout. And so I took a couple days off, and when I do that, I try to still keep things reasonable. I don't have the tendency to binge like I used to because I'm not. I'm having pizza and M&Ms every day, so I'm not deprived at all. So, the other day when I was getting ready to launch Battle Body, I was up until about 3:30 in the morning working on the PDFs, making sure that the formatting of them was good, and reading back through and checking grammar and making sure that the workouts were how I wanted them to be because I had to tweak those a little bit. And then I got up at about 5:45 to finish for the launch at noon. And so I was up way later, and so I went over on my macros that day because just staying up that late, it just happens. And then I got up so early the next day, and it was just, I just decided, you know what? This is an awesome day. I've been working so hard towards this for several months, and I'm not going to stress about macros today. I'm going to try to keep it reasonable. And so that's what I did. So, anyway, so that's where we're at. The first day of not counting macros, the next morning I'd lost a pound. Second day of not counting macros, I was up like 2 or 3 pounds. So this morning I weighed 144, and that's my Rachel, get back on track signal. So today I made sure to stay within my macros and drink plenty of water. Got to the track to get some exercise and getting back how I know things need to be. So that 144 should come back on down to 142 or so within the next day or two as I stay on target. One other thing that I am doing this week is I'm reducing my overall calorie intake another time. I reduced it from 1650 to 1600, which is just a 50 calorie reduction, just to see how my body would respond to that. And it didn't really respond. And I try to be very careful when I take food away from myself because it's just not something I want to do if I don't have to. I think sometimes we're so eager to see big drops on the scale that we drop our calories too low, and we do see that big drop initially, but then it tapers off, and then we do another big drop, and it becomes a kind of dangerous territory. So I am dropping my calories again, and I'm dropping them from 1600 down to 1450. And I don't expect that I'll have to go too much lower than that, but I'm going to see how my body responds to that this week. I'm keeping my macro percentages the same, and just going to see how it goes. You know, this is all part of just learning how your body responds, and I try to have a long-term mentality, not be in a rush for big results. But I've been a little bit puffy the last week and just not really seeing too much progress, despite, you know, like I said, my workouts weren't awesome, but when I made it to the gym, which was 3 or 4 days this week instead of the usual 5, they were good workouts. But so I'm just making a few tweaks this week and see how things go. And if I'm excessively hungry, I'll add a few calories back in, because I don't want it to end up leading to me just saying to heck with it and eating everything in sight, because that's not good. So that's where I'm at with 42 days of pizza. Still enjoying the pizza. Still, I'm feeling really strong, and I'm seeing muscle in my legs. And so I know I'm making progress, but I need to, you know, I've got a photo shoot in about 3 weeks. So game on. I've got to make some tweaks over the next weeks, and I'm going to be really honest with you guys about everything I'm doing, because quite honestly, when people are getting ready for a photo shoot, they usually drop carbs, because 1 gram of carbs holds, I believe it's 4 or 5 grams of water. And so towards that photo shoot, I will probably drop my carbs lower, and and do either a calorie or carb cycling. And when I do that, I'll explain what that is. And I'm just gonna be really honest with you guys about what I'm doing and what progress I'm making, and you'll be able to just follow right along. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, please send them to me either through email at rachel@fitlikeflint.com, or you can follow me and send me questions on Snapchat, Instagram, or Facebook, Fit Like Flint, on all 3 of those. So several of you have sent me questions along the way, and I've really enjoyed reading your questions and being able to answer those as I go. And it's been really fun to go through this with all of you. So anyway, thank you for joining me, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.